The Toronto Maple Leafs have an unsung hero that's on a hot streak right now, as well as Shane Pinto re-signs back in Ottawa. We'll break all this down for you coming up on this episode of Hattrick HQ. But before we get into it, just want to say that 82.5% of you guys watching this aren't subscribed. So if you're looking for a place for daily NHL content, daily Leafs content, look no further. Go down below, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road for 3,000 subscribers, and we'd love to have you along the journey with us. But with that said, let's get right into the first topic of the video today, which is Pinto re-signs in Ottawa. And as we take a look here, the Ottawa Senators have re-signed center Shane Pinto to a one-year contract worth $775,000. This is the league minimum after a 41-game suspension for violating the NHL's gambling rules. The club announced today. And as we also take a look here, Sportsnet Elliot Friedman reported that while this is a league minimum contract, he believes work is still being done to hammer out a longer-term deal. And we also take a look at Pinto's stats. Throughout last season, he kind of broke out of his shell a little bit, having 35 points in 82 games with 20 goals, 15 assists. And he was great on the faceoff dot, improving his numbers drastically with a 52% from the dot. And he also is a great, two-way guy with 71 hits and 49 blocks just last season. And obviously, the big news surrounding Shane Pinto was that suspension. I mean, Ottawa, I think, has played 40 games so far this season, so there is still one game left on his suspension, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, but a lot of people online are saying, do you really want to give this guy, a contract after what he did, the gambling, with violating the gambling rules and stuff like that? But, I mean, this guy served a suspension, or almost served a suspension right now. He's a young talent looking to get back in the league, so you give this guy a league minimum contract and try to hammer out a longer-term deal, maybe over this off-season, and see where it goes from there. But Pinto was a great player. The Senators have a lot of great young centers, like Ridley Gregg, Tim Stützle, just to name a couple, that are coming up right now. And Shane Pinto, they've been missing him this year, and I really think having him back will really help this team out, really help get the offense going here in Ottawa. Like we see here, this guy's a 200-foot player. He's, can block shots. He can throw the body around out there, but he can also score goals, as we've seen with he had 20 just last season, and he had a drastic improvement from the first 2 years in the NHL, and just last year having such a great, I think it was latter part of the season for Ottawa. And it's just great to see this guy back, playing hockey. He can put this suspension behind him, and, obviously he's a young player. He made a mistake, and now he's back in the NHL. He has a contract. He can play out the rest of the season with Ottawa here and see where it goes from there. But I really do think, he didn't really have any other option here than to sign this league minimum contract if they weren't going to offer him any more. I don't think, this is just to play out the rest of the season. You don't want to go the whole season without playing, because that's just going to stunt your development. So, he gets back in for the second half of the season here, making the league minimum, and see how he plays. If he plays great, he can get a bigger contract, coming up with a bigger, extension, maybe, a 5-year extension. It'll be interesting to see what happens here with Shane Pinto. I'm really excited that this guy's back in the lineup. I think he's going to really boost this Ottawa Senators team's offense. And like I said, he can put this situation behind him now, focus on hockey, focus on his career, and really go out there and show everybody what he's worth, and just prove to everybody, that he's still a great player in this league. So I'm really excited for Shane Pinto and the Ottawa Senators. I can't wait to see him when he gets back in action here. This guy was a great player last year, and I really hope that he can be the same caliber player once he gets back in the lineup this year. But I want to hear from you guys down in the comment section. Let me know, what do you think about this Shane Pinto contract? How do you think he's going to play out the rest of the year? Let me know down below in the comment section. We're going to get into the second topic here, and that is Leafs player taking the next step. And as we take a look at this player, it is Pontus Holmberg, who we're talking about right now. And Pontus Holmberg, in his last 7 games, has had 2 goals, 5 assists for 7 points for this Leafs team since being put back into this lineup. He's been looking like a great player here, looking like the second time around this guy's really going to work out for this club. And as you take a look at this chart here, he is playing like a $1.25 million player right now on an $800,000 cap hit. A big jump up here for this guy. I mean, he's taking the next step, as you've seen from the title here. I really do think that this guy is going to be a part of this Leafs future, this Leafs playoff run. I really do think that this guy is playing phenomenal hockey right now. He is playing on the top line with Matthews. I know a lot of people are saying maybe it's because he's playing on this top line that he's getting this point production, but it's only this last 2 games that he has been playing up on this top line, and 5 of these games he was playing third, fourth line minutes and still got 4 points in those 5 games. So I just think this guy, he had the itch to get back into the lineup, and once he got back in, he wanted to show to everybody that he don't want to leave this lineup, and this is what we've seen out of him. I mean, during his time over in Europe with the SHL, he did win the SHL championship back in 2021. He did win a number of accomplishments when he was U16 playing in Europe. I think he had most assists over there, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this guy, he's been around a winning culture since a young age. So now he's back. He's here in this Toronto roster, and, he has that winning culture background from coming over from Europe. So, this guy knows what it takes to win a championship. Yet it's in another league. This is experience he can still take with him into a Stanley Cup run with this Toronto Maple Leafs team. I really do think that this guy's going to be a big part of this organization going forward. I mean, he's playing great hockey right now, and I think the ceiling for him is really high. I know he's 24 years old, probably entering the prime of his career this year, maybe next year, and I'm really excited to see what the future beholds for Pontus Holmberg here in the Leafs organization. I mean, we could see him stay top line. I mean, with the way he's been playing, I do believe we may see this, but we do have Matthew Knies, who's playing second line left wing right now, so maybe you want to give Knies a little bump and get him up on the top line, move Holmberg down to the second line, maybe third line, but I still think this will be, he'll still be playing great. I think he's been on a phenomenal tear this year. He's a good two-way player. He's good defensively as well, and I think this guy's going to be a big part of this Toronto team next season when, everybody's expecting them to be in a little bit of a cap crunch now with the William Nylander extension out of the way. Next year's kind of going to be, a little bit of a limbo year, I guess you could say, when you have, Mitch Marner and John Tavares still on their current contracts, and they'll be looking for extensions next season. I think maybe around like $19 to $20 million in cap space with everybody off the books going in this offseason. So if you keep this guy around $800,000, I mean, this guy could easily center your third, maybe fourth line. He could even play left wing like he's proven to do here right now. So, I mean, this could be a guy who could cement himself in this lineup if he can keeps playing up, keeps continuing to play the way he is. I think he could cement him into this Leafs roster for the rest of the season and really into the next season as well. When you're in a cap crunch, you're going to be using guys from your farm system, from your prospect list like Easton Cowan, Fraser Minton, guys like this, and it'll be really interesting to see what the Leafs do here. I know a lot of people are speculating, there are a lot of rumors going around that Holmberg may be available at the deadline, but I really do think that Brad Treliving will do what's best for the team here. He may keep this guy around, he may shop him at the deadline, but I think with recent comments, he's come out saying he's keeping Fraser Minton and Easton Cowan, and now with the way Holmberg's playing, maybe you sell high, maybe you keep this guy around. I really do think that they will keep this guy around because he's been playing great. He's shown to play great with, some top players in the league like Matthews, Nylander, Marner, and Tavares. So you keep this guy around, cement himself into the lineup for the rest of the season, into next season, and I really hope that this guy can just continue on the pace he is right now because he's playing great hockey, and I'm really excited to see what this guy can do throughout the rest of the season here. But I want to hear from you guys down in the comment section below. What do you think about Pontus Holmberg's game right now? Let me know down below in the comment section below. But we're going to get to everybody's favorite topic here, and that is comment of the day. And the comment of the day today goes to Glenn Elliott. He says, Hoglander's on pace for 20 goals on the fourth line. He ain't going anywhere. And, of course, this was in relation to our Vancouver Canucks video we did yesterday. If you want to check that out, it'll be popping up on your screen towards the end of the video here. But, obviously, I'm a big Niels Hoglander guy. I think he's playing phenomenal hockey for the Vancouver Canucks this season. I think this will continue. And, he may get shopped around at the deadline a little bit. Maybe if the perfect deal comes around, maybe we see him shipped off. But, like you said here, he's on pace pace for 20 goals. I'd really like to see him stick around here in Vancouver. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about the whole Hoglander situation. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Like we said, we're on the road for 3,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, make sure to go down below, hit that subscribe button, and join along the journey with us. And if you want to check out that Vancouver Canucks video, it'll be popping up on your screen right now. But as always, I've been your host, KC. Keep your stick on the ice.